Hi guys, it's me Lane. It is February 9th, 2016. Wow. This is the first video I've made of 2016, so yeah, it's been a while. A lot has happened since I came to you guys last. Probably the most exciting thing is that I had my baby girl. She is absolutely perfect. She was born on February 1st, and at 11:23 in the morning, via C-section. We found out at 34 weeks. I had a scan and we found out she was breech. So we were hoping that she still had time to turn around and get in her right position. And at 36 weeks she had. However, by 38 weeks she had turned breech again. So we we kind of came to the decision that she needed to be born via C-section. There were some other factors that played into that as well, but I have my little girl. She's precious. She was 6 pounds and 10 ounces when she was born and 19 inches long. Beautiful red hair. It was gorgeous. Like, it was bright red. It was gorgeous, and blue eyes, and she's just perfect. I love her so much. And yeah, so I don't know, I haven't made a video in so long. I'm kind of like lost for words, don't know what to say. Yeah, see, I can't even get words out anymore. But yeah, so I have her now. Sorry, I keep looking. She's in her little playpen, or the little play yard thing. I have it right beside my chair over here. See, hold on real quick. There's my little girl. Is she cute? Sorry. She's sleeping right now. It's 10:25 in the morning here. I am home in North Carolina with my mom and my grandma. I've been here since I came back from London back in September. We just thought that it would be much easier for me to be here with them when I had her, so I could, have the support from my mom and my grandma right after birth. And that was greatly needed, especially since I did have to have the C-section. So yeah, I'll go ahead and tell you real quick why we had that. Sorry, you can hear. I think she's trying to wake up or stretching. She's stretching, sorry. Yeah, I'll explain why we had to have the C-section, and then talk about what happened during it, and then I'm going to do a brief update on my weight and all that issues, because this channel was initially started as my vertical sleeve journey channel, my weight loss surgery and everything, and how this pregnancy has affected that, and how I plan not to get back on track and everything. So yeah, why we actually, besides her being breech, at my 38-week appointment, we noticed that Lily was measuring very small. We did measurements when she was 34 weeks, and she was measuring about a week behind weight-wise and size-wise, but it really wasn't like that big of a deal. She was still above the 10th percentile in terms of measurements. So they weren't worried. However, I had some excess fluid, so I was diagnosed with having high fluid, which is poly something. I'm not sure exactly what the name of it is. So starting at 34 weeks, I had weekly ultrasounds and weekly midwife appointments. So by the time week 38 got there, we did measurements again, and Lily, that's my daughter's name, she was actually, according to the ultrasound, was measuring between 35 to 36 weeks, and she only was weighing like 5 pounds 13 ounces, so she was like 5.5 pounds, so she was small, according to the ultrasound. So due to those measurements, she had fallen beneath the 10th percentile for a 38 weeker, and my fluid levels had increased, and she was breech. She was actually footling breech, which means her feet were down in my cervix area. And in her case, her head was on my right side, like underneath my right ribs. Her butt was underneath like my, her head was under my left ribs. Her butt was underneath my right ribs, and she had her back toward my stomach, so she was facing my back, and then her feet were still bent down in like my cervix. So it's called footling breech. Obviously you cannot deliver a baby a natural delivery that way with a baby that position. So there's one doctor at my practice that I went to that does do versions, that does try to term babies. However, since I had so much fluid, and because the ultrasound was showing that Lily was so small, the risk was just too high to try to turn her. So I met with that surgeon on January the 27th. I met with her that morning, and I was 38 weeks and 6 days pregnant at that time, and we decided that we would go ahead and schedule a C-section, and we scheduled it for February 1st, so Monday, February 1st. And I went into the hospital Monday morning at 5 a.m. in the morning. My C-section wasn't scheduled until 10:30. But they have to get you there to get you already hooked up on the IVs and everything, because as of midnight you couldn't eat anything, drink anything, no ice chips, no nothing. So they go ahead and get you on IVs to make sure you stay hydrated and everything. And they came in around a little before 10, or no, before that. It was 9 something. My doctor came in, and they used the portable ultrasound machine to see if Lily was still breech, and she was. A little before 10, they came in and started getting me ready to take me down to the operating room. So I got down there, whatever, waited. They had to do a spinal block on me. So I personally don't think that the spinal block worked very well. I know that they always say that even if you have an epidural spinal block, you will feel some pulling, tugging, all that kind of stuff. And it's not going to be pain-free, but mine, I honestly don't think they gave me enough, for the simple fact that I was able to move my legs and stuff while I was already able to feel my legs and everything when they were stitching me up. And right after she was delivered, like, I almost could feel everything. It was not pleasant. My C-section was not a pleasant experience at all. So also during the C-section, I almost lost consciousness 2 to 3 different times during the procedure. If my mom hadn't have been there, like yelling my name in my ear, I probably would have passed out, because my body was going into shock. At the time just thought it was because it was due to the severe pain of the procedure. However, that was just part of it. I actually ended up losing quite a bit of blood. It was a very significant amount. I lost over 1 liter of blood during my cesarean. Yeah, it was not good. One of the reasons was because I had some scar tissue that had moved down from when I had my vertical sleeve. So anytime you have scar tissue, that's gonna bleed a little bit more. Obviously, you are gonna bleed during a C-section. They are cutting you open. They are delivering a baby. I mean, that happens. But the way that my daughter was positioned in my stomach, it took a little bit longer than the usual time to deliver her, to find the safest way to deliver her, just because of her positioning. They actually ended up having to deliver her feet first. Like, they had to take her legs out first because that was the safest way to get her out. So there was a lot of, a little bit more time in there, a lot of more pushing and moving things around to get her out. So I lost quite a bit of blood. So with that significant sudden amount of blood loss, my body kind of started to shut down. I made it back to, so I went to recovery. I wasn't in recovery that long, thank goodness. Went back upstairs. They brought her in. She was beautiful, perfect. I still think she's perfect. However, that night I started getting really, really bad off. I don't know if you can tell, but I am covered in freckles, head to toe covered. Monday night, you could not see any freckles on my hands. I was so pale and white, and my lips they're very pale in this picture, but they were completely white. I had no color at all. I literally was sitting there shaking. Sorry, that's my phone. And it comes to find out they did my blood work in the morning because I had lost so much blood. They wanted to check my blood count. Comes to find out, prior to the C-section, my blood count was an 11. When they did my blood work Tuesday morning, my blood count was down to an 8.6. So my blood count dropped drastically with my C-section, which meant I had to get a blood transfusion. They gave me 2 units of blood on Tuesday. They were hoping to get my blood levels up to a 10, because usually with 2 units, your blood count would go up at least 2. However, when they did my blood work again on Wednesday, my blood count only had gone up to an 8.9. So with 2 units of blood, my blood count only went from 8.6 to 8.9. However, they still let me come home. I was not even half as weak as I was Monday. Monday was not a good day for me. Tuesday really wasn't that great of a day. I got better as my transfusion got to me and got into my system and started getting me better. My color started coming back. I was able to walk around. I was able to, kind of walk. It's kind of like a zombie walk there. But yeah, we came home Wednesday. It was great to be home. Thursday, which was her due date, because Lily's due date was February 4th. Thursday on her due date, we had her first doctor's appointment with her doctors. They were a little concerned that she might be getting jaundice. Her right cheek had a little yellow spot on it. So we had to go to the hospital on Friday the 5th to get some blood drawn and go back to her doctor, but her levels came back perfectly fine. She was good to go, no jaundice there. And then Monday, so 2 days ago, I had my follow-up with my surgeon to check out my incision, which she says looks great. It's healing perfectly. I did not get staples. If you're wondering, I just had the sturdy strips, and I think that's what you call them, just the little strips on the tape strips. And she basically glued me up, and it actually looks great. There's one little spot that looks weird, but it's of course on my right side, and that's the side that hurts the most. That's the side my doctor was standing at. That's the side they were ripping her out of. Sorry. But yes, that looks great. And yeah, so today is, and oh my god, no, Monday I was so sick. I had some kind of 24-hour stomach bug. It was bad. By the time I got back home from the doctor, I was on the couch, out of it. I haven't been off the couch. I haven't slept in my bed since I came home from the hospital. I just can't do it yet. I'm still too sore, but I'm getting better. I'm going to try tonight to do it, but I'm not sure yet. Sorry. And then yeah, so that's baby story, my birth story, I don't know, it's crazy. So yeah, I have my beautiful baby girl here, who she is 9 days old. She's getting so big. Yeah, alright. So in terms of weight loss, my VSG process, all that, I gained a significant amount of weight during this pregnancy. Back in July, when I had my first doctor's appointment, I was 203.9 pounds. I was already a couple weeks pregnant then, so I had some bloat, so I probably was lower than that at my lowest, but I don't know, so we're going with 203.9. It's my lowest weight. The highest number I saw on a scale was 247. Whew. That breaks my heart. But my last weigh-in with my pregnancy was 243.6 pounds. So that's what I weighed when I went in to have Lily, and as of Monday, the 8th, so when I had my doctor's appointment, I was already down to 222 even. So that means in a week's time I lost 21.6 pounds from having Lily. Gosh, I know, it totally felt like I had just had my surgery all over again. You know, those humongous numbers that you lose like right away. But yes, I dropped over half of what I have gained during my pregnancy just in a week. So that was amazing. Obviously I cannot get back into any exercise, like heavy exercise routine now, because as I said, I'm only a week and a few days out from having a cesarean. So that's major abdominal surgery. I will be out of commission for at least another 5 more weeks. So yeah, until I get the clear to work out again, I'll just be you know, trying to walk around my house as much as I can. Not as much as I can, but just walk around, you know, doing light stuff like that. It is super cold here, so I can't actually get out and walk up and down the road, but honestly, I'm not able to do that yet. I mean, I'm still trying to recuperate from everything that happened last week. But yeah, I am trying to get back on my diet now that I can get back to a VSG diet. You know, while you're pregnant, you really can't focus. Your diet has to completely change when you're carrying another life in you. So I'm getting back to my actual VSG diet. And yeah, so hopefully I can get back down to what I was pre-pregnancy and then get down to my goal weight. So yeah, I do hope to start making my videos regular again. It will, you know, I always say that, but then I get thrown off, but I do hope to do that. Thank you guys for sticking around. If you have watched this whole video, it is very, very long, and I'm sorry about that, but yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you subscribed. Yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!